Life has a way of throwing storms at us when we least expect them. Sometimes these storms feel like the end, like everything we have worked for is crumbling before our eyes. It can be terrifying to lose people, opportunities, or dreams we once held dear. But what if those storms weren't meant to destroy us? What if they were clearing the way for something better? It's often in the most painful endings that we find the beginnings we never knew we needed. Think about the times you prayed for clarity, for growth, or for something new in your life. You may not have realized it then, but the moment you asked for those things, the universe started shifting. You wanted to see who was truly for you, so people you trusted began to fall away. You wanted to reach new heights, so certain relationships, jobs, or circumstances had to be removed. At first it felt like loss, but in time you understood it was transformation. Joseph's life is a perfect example of how a storm can lead to something greater. As a young man, he had big dreams, but his own brothers became jealous and sold him into slavery. Imagine the pain of being betrayed by your own family. It must have felt like his life was over, but even in slavery, Joseph remained faithful, and God was with him. Things got worse before they got better. He was falsely accused and thrown into prison. Yet, even in that dark place, Joseph continued to trust God. Over time, he was given the opportunity to interpret Pharaoh's dreams, which led to his rise from prisoner to second in command over all of Egypt. Years later, when his brothers stood before him in need of help, Joseph had the power to punish them, but instead he forgave them, saying, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Joseph's storm did not destroy him. It positioned him for a greater purpose. What seemed like a painful ending was actually the beginning of something bigger than he ever imagined. If you are facing betrayal, setbacks, or unexpected struggles, remember Joseph's story. God is working behind the scenes, and your storm may be preparing you for something amazing. It's hard to see purpose in pain while we are living through it. When a friend betrays us, when a loved one walks away, or when a door slams shut, our first reaction is often heartbreak. We question why things had to happen that way, but sometimes those betrayals reveal who truly belongs in our lives. Those departures make room for the right people to come in. Those closed doors push us towards the path we were meant to walk all along. Job's life was turned upside down in an instant. He lost everything: his wealth, his health, and even his children. To make things worse, his friends blamed him and his wife told him to give up on God. Can you imagine the heartbreak and confusion he must have felt? He was a good man who loved God, yet he suffered deeply. But even in his pain, Job did not turn away from God. He questioned, he wrestled with his emotions, but he never stopped believing. And because of his faithfulness, God not only restored what Job had lost, but blessed him with even more than he had before. Job's storm was not meant to destroy him. It was a test that strengthened his faith and led to greater blessings. If you are facing losses that feel unbearable, take heart. Just like Job, your story isn't over. God can take even the most painful situations and turn them into something beautiful. Both Joseph and Job went through storms that could have broken them, but instead those storms shaped them into who they were meant to be. If you are going through a difficult season, remember, God is still in control. The storm may be clearing the way for something greater. Keep holding on, because your breakthrough is coming. There is wisdom in letting go and trusting the process. When we hold on to things that are not meant for us, we only delay our own growth. We cannot force people to stay, nor can we force situations to work when they are no longer aligned with our purpose. Instead of fighting the storm, we must learn to stand in it with faith, knowing that something greater is on the other side. Consider the times you thought you had lost everything, only to realize later that you had actually gained something much more valuable. Perhaps that job loss led you to discover your true passion. Maybe that heartbreak taught you self-worth and prepared you for a love that truly honors you. Or perhaps that rejection protected you from a life that was never meant for you. Life has a way of making sense in hindsight, even when the present feels chaotic. Remember this: growth often requires discomfort. The seed must break open before it can become a mighty tree. Likewise, we must sometimes experience brokenness before we can step into our full potential. Pain is not always a punishment. Sometimes it is the very thing that refines us, strengthens us, and prepares us for greater things. When you look back on your life, you will see that the storms did not break you, they built you. They stripped away what was holding you back and reshaped you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The friends who left, the doors that closed, and the unexpected endings were all part of the plan to bring you to something better. Trust that even when it hurts, life is always leading you somewhere meaningful. It's okay to grieve the things you lost, but don't stay stuck in what was. Instead, open your heart to what could be. Life is full of surprises, and sometimes the things we fear losing the most are the very things standing in the way of our true happiness. If you learn to surrender and trust in God and to embrace change, you will find that every storm carries a lesson and every ending hides a new beginning. Your story is still being written. Just because one chapter has ended does not mean the book is over. There is so much ahead of you, so many opportunities, new relationships, and beautiful experiences waiting to unfold. Have faith that the best is yet to come. What feels like an ending today may be the breakthrough you've been waiting for all along. So the next time you face an unexpected storm, take a deep breath and remind yourself, this is not the end. This is a clearing, a second chance, a new path unfolding. Let go of what no longer serves you and step forward with courage. The storm is not here to destroy you. It's here to transform you. And on the other side of it, you will find exactly what you were meant to have all along. No storm lasts forever. The pain, confusion, and uncertainty you feel right now are just temporary. Trust that God is working behind the scenes, even when you can't see it. Just like Joseph and Job, your story is not over. What was meant to break you can be the very thing that makes you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what's ahead. So take a deep breath and hold on to hope. The storm is not here to destroy you. It's here to transform you. On the other side of this challenge is something greater than you ever imagined. Keep going. Your breakthrough is coming. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.